Emory Unified School District, good news in Oakland. You know, you always hear about the bad news in Oakland, but there is daily good news in Oakland as a part of the organizing committee. Healthy Communities Incorporated, Lanice Jones, those of you who get these constant emails, let me say she's everywhere. She's virtual. And she was the consultant that helped us to put this on. Lanice Jones, an associate, I want to say thank you very much. Lovett Associates, Merritt College, National Coalition of 100 Black Women Incorporated, the Oakland African American Chamber of Commerce, I want to say thank you for them, Rhythms, the Black Hour, the Mentoring Center, and Youth Radio were an active part of the organizing for today, and we want to say sincerely thank you. There's a number of volunteers, and they are wearing the black shirts that say Making Connections. They will be the ones that will help throughout the day in terms of getting you to and from the breakout sessions. They've been volunteering, and I want to say a big thank you to them as well. We've had a number of elected officials who were here. The Honorable Teresa Cox, who is sitting up front from the Ohlone College. Marlon McWilson, Alameda County Office of Ed, who's been very active since he's been elected. Linda Handy from Peralta Community College. Bill Riley from Peralta Community College. Courtney Ruby, who was here from the Oakland City Auditor's Office, Darlene Brooks, who's a very active member of the Black elected officials, who's on the Democratic Central Committee. There may be others who are here, and if so, real quickly, just identify yourself as an elected official, and I'm sorry if we've overlooked you. Go right ahead. Bonnie Wheatley, who is with, and she's wearing many hats, and she serves on a number of commissions, and we want to say thank you very much. So I'm not sure which hat she's wearing today, but she's on a number of commissions. It's the beige. George said it's the beige hat. Let me say that we did have some people who really helped us out and funded today's activity. It wasn't cheap. It was over $12,000 to put this on, and I really want to thank the East Bay Community Foundation. I don't know if Nicole Taylor is here, the executive director of that. Big help in helping to finance CalPAC, and also the Oakland Black Caucus, which was Jeffrey Pete, is a big sponsor for today. Victoria Jones, the Clorox Company, Dan Bogan for the California Endowment also really made today happen. And again, I want to thank Merritt College, Dr. Robert Adams, Dr. Siri Brown, Deborah Jacks, Akira Jabali, Felix Smith, the MAP program, the Merritt College Development Center, Child Development Center for providing the child care for today. We wanted to hear from our young people how they see things in the East Bay, what they see as being the challenges before us. And here to introduce the panel discussion, we're very fortunate to have Ryan Nicole Peters, who is an Oakland native and an executive director of a local arts and youth development organization, Youth Movement Records. Ms. Peters is also an award-winning artist, activist, whose creative work ranges in theater, poetry, and music. In 2007, the Bay Area Black Music Award winner for spoken word. She began her sincere artistry pursuits after graduating from San Diego State University, where she studied political science and sociology and received honors as a scholarship, track, and field athlete. And at this time, I want to say thank you very much for Ryan Nicole Peters, and especially to the young people who are here today, who are excited about participating, that they also had several meetings preparing themselves for today. And now we want to hear from our leaders today, those young energies, and thank you again, Ryan Nicole Peters.
Thank you, Supervisor Carson. Thank you, everyone. So I know we've all been sitting and talking and listening and whatnot, so I'm going to give everyone an opportunity to stand up on your feet for a second, because after all, this is the youth panel and we should have a lot of energy. So just stand on your feet, move around, shake your legs a little bit, because we're going to talk some more. And this should be an energetic conversation. All right. So as we find our seats again, I wanted to introduce the Express Yourself Youth Panel. Sometimes you wrestle a wasp's nest, maybe you shouldn't. As we find our seats again, expeditiously and quietly, please. I go. I go. I go. I go. I go. Fantastic. Thank you, Eric. All right, so this is the Express Yourself Youth Panel, and I'm going to encourage everyone. Do you guys have pens? Do you have paper or some kind of writing utensil? Because here is an opportunity to take notes. I go. Now we're not exactly showing our young people that we honor what they have to say. Okay, thank you. So let's take out some pen and paper, because we have met in this week, and what we decided on very firmly is that we're going to have a solutions-based conversation. That all too often we come to these kinds of forums or we have these kinds of discussions and we don't leave with real-time solutions. So here is our opportunity from our young people, the people who are on the front line, who are experiencing the changes and the things that we want to change. Here is our opportunity to hear from them about what they absolutely really need. And they have some real-time solutions about what they really need, and I think we can all affect them. How many parents do we have in the room? Brothers, sisters, community organizers, all of that. So all these solutions are for every one of us in this room today. So don't feel like if you're not running an organization, or if you're not a politician, or if you're not a church leader, that you don't have a place in these solutions. You absolutely do. The second thing, I'm going to say a little bit, and then I'm going to turn the floor over to our young people. But Congresswoman Barbara Lee, Assemblyman Sandre Swanson, everybody here, Brother Muhammad got up here and they talked about organizing. Organizing seems to be a strong theme today. And a great organizer by the name of Angela Davis, she once said, organization is the housework of the movement. And that might have a negative connotation to those of us who want to have more prestigious jobs in the development of our community, but after all, it is about modesty. What I know is that we can't reach the gates of heaven, whether here on earth or in the hereafter, without organizing, without getting our house in order. And getting our house in order requires organization. And organization requires all of us to be talking to one another and listening to one another.